computer? Yes. Okay. Type. So today we will start our class from where we stopped last time. Last time we start talking about chapter 16. We talked about probabilities. We mentioned what do you mean by mutually exclusive probability, and we also revised the idea of sample space diagram. Today we will continue with probability, and we are left with the last thing that we need to talk about, which is relative frequency. So I will start directly by sharing my screen. If you have any question, please stop me by raising your hand or just send me a sign, a thumb up or whatever, okay? So let's start by sharing the screen. Here we are. Come on, yeah. So this is where we stopped yesterday. We said that we talked about previous things. We talked about probability, what do we mean by mutual exclusive probability? And then we talked about sample space diagram. And today we will start talking about relative frequency and what do we mean by relative frequency? Okay. And of course, I know that everybody knows what is relative frequency, and we talked about it before, but just to remember that, for example, if we are doing a certain experiment and we're getting a certain outcome, each time these outcomes might change and depends on the number of experiments. Yani, for example, if I'm throwing a dice, okay, and I'm recording each time I throw the dice, what is the outcome? I will record these data in a table, okay, and checking the frequency, for example, the frequency of getting 1, the frequency of getting 2, the frequency of getting other numbers. And if I asked you what is the probability of having 6 if you throw the dice, for example, 100 times, or what is the probability to get, for example, 1 if you throw the dice 200 times, of course you can tell exactly what is the probability. So if we are not finding the probability, what are we doing? We are estimating, okay? So relative frequency, it's a way of estimating. It's a way of estimating the probability. It's not finding, it's estimating. And we do the estimation when we are going through an experiment, okay? This estimation is called relative frequency, okay? And of course, the more the number, the time that we are repeating the experiment, of course, the more accurate estimation we are trying to reach, okay? Let's go for the first example. The first example, we are talking about number of passengers in a car, okay? There is a person standing beside the street, watching the number of the cars that are passing in the street and recording the number of passengers in each car. So this person, okay, found that most of the cars, let's say 42 cars, okay, they had only 1 passenger. While he recorded, or 28 cars just passed in that street had 2 passengers, and so on. 7 cars had 3 passengers, 12 cars had 4 passengers, 4 cars had 5 or more passengers. Okay, so when he wanted to estimate the number of, to estimate the probability, the number of passengers, if they were 2, okay, can we just say it's 28? Oh, it's 28 out of how many? 28 out of the total number of cars that passed during this specific period of time. So I will just go by, we have 28, okay? 28 divided on 93, which is the total number of frequency. So first you have to find the total number of frequency and then go by the 28 divided by the 93 and then round your answer into 2 dp, okay? Or as stated in the question. Type, if I want to find, okay, what is the probability of having more than 2 people? More than 2 people or more than 2 passengers in the car means 7 plus the 12 plus the 4. So 7 plus 12 is 19 plus the 4, that would be 23. So 23 over the 93, okay, which is the total number of passengers, the total number of cars, the total number of frequency, and that was 0.25 rounded to 2 dp. Okay, so again, when we are finding relative frequency, it's a way of finding probability by estimating. Of course, we can reach a better estimation by having more number of cars, or let's say if he standed like a prolonged time or a longer period of time, so he recorded more cars that passed during that period of time. So the more we repeat the experiment, the more accurate is our estimation. Okay, so any questions so far? How can we find relative frequency? Do we have any question? Let's check. Is there anyone with a hand up? No. تمام. صحيحين. هدى كيفك؟ هدى حسيني. هاي مس، كيف حالك مس؟ تمام؟ تمام. بس بتأكد مصحصحين الشباب والصبايا ولا لا؟ يعني خايفة أنا هيك الهدوء هذا اللي يكون حدا غفيان لساته. مصحصحين. Okay, Huda, thank you, teacher. You can mute yourself. Yeah. Okay, so let's go for further examples. Okay, if we are talking, for example, about a person is throwing a cardboard cube. It has different colors. Okay, each face is with a specific color. Okay, عمل cube. هذا الكيوب it has 6 faces with 6 different colors. Okay, هدول 6 different colors. Okay, each time he's throwing the cube and getting a certain color on top, he recorded the color. So he's been throwing the cube 150 times. بيمسك الكيوب بزته 150 times. So on top طلع معه 29 times طلع the top face is red. 17 times طلع the top face is blue. 33 times it was yellow. 15 times it was green. 25 it was white, and black is 31. Remember, the more times he repeated the experiment, the more accurate is our estimation. يعني لو عمل هاي experiment 200 times كان estimation تبعنا بيكون more accurate. Okay, so we have the total number of frequencies, which is 150, and then we will start asking what is the probability of getting a black. Who wants to help? I would love to see hands up. What shall I do? Yeah, who wants to participate? يلا نشوف من أنت. Okay, we have 3 participants. Okay, مرح. يلا مرح. كيفك يا مس؟ بارح ما سمعت صوتك.
Hi, Miss.
Hi, teacher. كيف حالك?
Alhamdulillah.
Can you help me with black?
31 divided by 150.
Okay, so in black we have 31 divided by the 130. Using your calculator, what is your estimation?
And
I will
0.20.
0.20 or 21. Oh. Yes, this is rounded to 2 dp, and that is right. Thank you, Marah. Excellent. Okay, yeah, who wants to help with the second? If I want to get red, white, and blue. مين عندنا Sarah. كأني شفت سارة الأسمر. سارة الأسمر. يلا سارة. يلا سارة. If I want to get red, white, and blue.
So 29 plus, wait a minute. 29
white, yes.
Plus 17.
List 17. 25. Red, white, and blue. Yes, okay. So 29 plus the 17 plus?
The 25.
The 25.
And it equals to 61.
Divided on?
150, and this equals 0.041.
Okay, هم الكتاب حطت لها 0.47, and that is right. Okay, excellent if you just round it to 2 dp. Thank you very much, Sarah. يلا, who wants to help? تعال شوف the third one, the third part. Neither black nor white. So we need to exclude the white and the black. They said neither white nor blue, nor white, neither black nor white. ها مين؟ كأني شفت حدا بدور عليه وبطل ورفع ايده وبطل. مين؟ أكرم خضري. هذا اوكي. يلا يا أكرم. حاطط صورة حصان. يلا يا أكرم. Help me. أكرم. أكرم خضري. بطلنا. أبدا. أكرم لساتك أنت رافع إيدك. سيلينا. يلا سيلينا. Neither black nor white. So you have to exclude the white and black and find the other frequencies. يلا سيلينا.
So we will add the red, blue, yellow, and green.
That's right. 29 plus 17 plus 33 plus 15.
And we divide it by 150.
Exactly. So it's
So 29 plus 17. 33 plus
15.
which is 94. Divided on 150 is 0.62.
Okay, so when we round it to do 2dp, it's 0.63. Excellent, Selena. Thank you very much. Great job so far. We're done with talking about mutual exclusive. Okay, so I will just go by any questions so far before we just go out of this presentation. Do we have any questions? في عنا سيلينا الثاني كمان رافعة إيدها. Do you have any question يا صبايا شباب? About probability in general. This is كان chapter 16. Okay. إذا في عنا أي سؤال. ركان أبو شويمة كيف حالك؟ بس بحاول أتأكد يعني ركان صاحي ولا بس حطتني هيك ميوت؟ يسعد صباحك يا ركان. Okay يا شباب. So we don't have any
الحمد لله.
الله يسعد صباحك يا مس حبيبي. طيب. Okay, so we don't have any questions about chapter 16. That means, we will start talking with about a new chapter, which is chapter 17 today. Just an introduction. Okay, so I will close this presentation. Okay, and sharing the screen. We will start with another presentation, which is using bearings. While using bearings, but we will just introduce it today. We're left with about 10 to 12 minutes, so we will talk about using bearings. Here we are. Okay. This is a very nice chapter, chapter 17, talking about bearings. Okay. What do we mean by bearing? Last year, it was the first time we introduced the bearing idea. Okay. The main objective can be had a lesson is to use bearing as angles that is measured clockwise, due north, okay, to solve problems involving the distances and direction. Okay, so إيش يعني bearing? Okay, when we are talking about bearing, we are describing direction of an object to another. Well, mostly we said last year that that bearing is a way of finding a certain position or to tell a certain position of an object compared to another. يعني, for example, if I am at point A, okay, and I want to find or to describe the position of point B, okay, from A, I will just always start from the point A, which is the center, okay, due north, and it's always in clockwise direction. لازم دايما نبلش من البوينت اللي هي the starting point, okay, due north and in clockwise direction. Of course, the bearing should be written in 3 figures, okay? 3 figures, يعني حتى even if it was, for example, here, we have 65, we don't write it as 65. There is nothing called a bearing that is just 65 in 2 digits. It should be always written as 065. لازم يكون in 3 figures. لازم يكون in 3 figures, okay? So we start from a certain point and due north, clockwise direction to describe exactly where is this new position. Tamam? So where do we use the bearing? We use the bearing to tell directions and to solve problems about positions. Always go by due north. تذكروا هدول 3 points. لازم بالbearing نتذكر due north, clockwise direction and 3 figures. لازم يكونوا 3 figures. Okay? طيب. When we are talking about bearing, as I told you, we start from 0 till 360 degrees, okay? We always start due north, okay? From a certain center, or starting point, خلينا نقول. Okay? So north, clockwise direction, and 3 figures. تذكروها هاي دايما زي اسمنا. تمام؟ بس نحكي على البيرنج لازم تكونوا مذكرين هدول 3 points. يعني for example, I have the center here in the middle. Any point, if I want to find its bearing, لازم أبلش من الnorth with clockwise direction. Okay? And we measure it by a protractor, using a protractor. تمام؟ طيب, if I have another point, for example, here we are. Who can help me find the bearing? أو خلينا نقول estimate. ما بدي يكون accurate, but I just want you to estimate. Who wants to help me estimate the second point? Okay, how much is the bearing? just estimate. ما بدي حدا يقول لي accurate. في عندنا 2 participants. شوف مين من أنتم. Okay. راحوا 2 participants. وينهم raising hands؟ بطلوا شالوا إيديهم. أوكي. في عندنا إسراء وجواد. يلا يا إسراء. إسراء, can you estimate please?
210.
210. إسراء مو سامعتك miss. Will you please just
210.
210. طيب إسراء, can I ask you something? هلا when we are estimating يا إسراء, okay, what can help us? إيش كان ممكن بقدر يساعدك؟ يعني for example, إحنا you know that half a circle is 180. معقول يكون bearing أقل من 180 less than half a circle ويكون 210؟ ذكري دايما يا teacher إنه you go due north and clockwise direction. So what do you think يا إسراء? You want to change your estimation?
Yes.
Yes.
150.
150. Let's see. شوف الاستيميشن تبعك. How much is that? ماله؟ علق. It's 150. It's 145. That was a very close estimation. بس تذكري دائما يا إسراء إنه we always go due north clockwise direction. أنتي when you said 200 and something, it seems إنه you went anti-clockwise. لازم تذكري north clockwise direction and in 3 figures. تمام؟ Okay. Who wants to participate? خلينا نشوف. يعني 3 raising hands. في عندنا جواد. يلا يا جواد. Can you estimate the second one?
It's teacher.
Yes, yeah, miss.
It's 270.
270. طيب نرجع يا جواد مرة تانية. How do you estimate a teacher? You have 4 quarters. Okay. هدول 4 quarters يا جواد عشان أنت تكون بس هيك أرجع أذكرك بأشياء. The first quarter is 90 degree. أول quarter is 90 degrees. تمام. It's the first right angle. The second quarter راح يكون 180. لما بوصل الثird quarter يا جواد راح يكون 270. هلا هذه البوينت. Is it more than 270 ولا less than 270? What can you say? It's less than 270. 225. خلينا نشوف. ها وينها؟ It's 230. That was very close. Excellent يا جواد. Please consider that we have quarters يا شباب and we go a clockwise direction due north. Okay? Yeah. The last point. في عندي 2 participants. أشوف مين ال participations. 3 صاروا. في ناس بلشت تشجع أو تصحصح يعني واحدة منهم. عمر كيف حالك؟ يس عمر أحمد. هاي كيف حالك يا عمر؟ يلا مس help me with the last estimation.
مس 335.
قد ايه؟
335.
Okay, let's see. هلا احنا we have يا عمر 90, so of course it's more than 270. Let's check your estimation. It's 315 and that was very close. يعني كمان that was close. Thank you very much يا عمر. So we estimate انتبهوا للdirection يا شباب. Due north دائما we start due north clockwise direction and a number should be written in 3 figures. طلعوا هون فوق the first example in the blue box that we have on the right, it should be written as 3 figures. Okay? في حدا عنده أي question على الbearing so far؟ نكمل. Any question? Okay. So, yeah. So bearing is a way of defining directions as an angle. Okay? This angle is measured due north and in clockwise direction. طيب. هلا we have 2 points. We have point A, point B. If I want to know what is the direction or what is the position of B from A, لازم يكون دايما we have a reference point. We have a starting point. Okay? So I want to know how much or where is B from A. Okay? So يعني بمعنى تاني لو كنت أنا واقف عند A, I want to go to B. Okay? In which direction shall I turn? Okay? بأي direction أنا بدي ألف. So a B from A. شايفين كلمة from A? This is something very important. So your starting point يعني the vertex of your protractor should be placed where? على هاي اللي بعد from A. Okay, so the vertex of my protractor should be placed at A. Okay, due north, one of the sides, one of the zeros should be passing through the north. ببلش measurement. Okay, so بدي أقول how much is this angle. بعمل measurements. I draw a line from A to B. I will measure this angle by using a protractor. بيطلع for example 63 degrees. ما بصير نكتبها 63. لازم نكتبها 063. Should be written in 3 figures. Clear? تمام? Okay. Yeah. Let's go for. So the bearing is always written by 3 digits. ها. بس هو كمان واحد. يلا. هلا if we need to measure the bearing. كمان مرة. B from A. So where is your starting point? It should be A. So we draw the straight line من A ل B. due north. دايما we go by due north. بتذكر كل حدا كان العام الماضي يقول لي مس طب كيف بدي ارسمه؟ Teacher, try your best to draw a perpendicular line at A and that would be showing your north. Okay? So drawing a line at A, this is your north. Measure, okay, the angle, and here we are. I know that most of you don't have this protractor, okay, but the normal protractor that we've always used can do the job. Again, برجع بقول لكم إيش يعني from A يعني your vertex should be placed at A due north and you go in clockwise direction by measuring that تطلع 060 degrees is the bearing. Okay? كمان مرة. يلا. We want to find Q from P. يبقى where is our starting point? بدها تكون عند P. نرسم line between the 2 points. نطلع due north, which is a straight line, a perpendicular line at P. Okay? We measure using the protractor. The vertex of the protractor should be at P because this is our starting point, this is the reference, and we measure due north and it's 118 degrees. Okay, هلا هدول some examples from the book and I will stop here. Okay, and we're left with 3 minutes and I will ask if you have any question. في حدا عنده أي سؤال على الbearing? Is there anyone who doesn't know how to write or draw a bearing? Okay, so I will stop this share. I will stop here and then we will talk about the exercises tomorrow. But I just want to ask you for a favor. Please, شباب وصبايا, the booklet is ready. So it's already in the school. كان من امبارح, by the way, في few copies, they were ready. I would love, everybody will go and get the booklet. Okay, نقدر كل يوم بعد ما نخلص الدرس نرجع لهذا البوكلت. Okay, نعمل الكويستشنز اللي related لللسن. هلا so far احنا we finished the probability اللي هو chapter 16. عشان هيك اليوم انا ما بدي احل اسئله على الbearing. We finished the probability chapter 16. I want you please everybody انه نروح ناخذ البوكلت من المدرسه. The booklet is provided with an answer key. Go to school, get your booklet, try to go through the exercises. It's just a kind of refreshing your information. There is no need for you to send them back to me. Just check your answers because there is an answer key that is provided with a booklet. تمام؟ في حد عنده أي سؤال؟ من وين ناخذ البوكلت؟ من الريسبشنز. في عنا أي سؤال يا شباب؟ أي سؤال؟ أبداً. تمام؟ So this class is, we're done. Okay? And you may leave. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you. So you may leave. Thank you.